Hi, I'm Gil Thomas with Good Soil. We've been having a lot of fun with the Hooks Workshop, Hooks for Hanging the Bible's Big Story. And we do a lot of activities in it, but one of the things we do is we do some gestures that help us remember the eras as we move through. Now, in the Hooks Workshop, we do a lot of learning about the eras. I'm not going to deal with that here. I'm going to try to just explain the gestures. You have to take the workshop to learn the rest. But here's the gestures from the beginning. The very beginning of the Bible's timeline, of course, is creation. So we start with creation. We form a world or form the universe with your hands. After creation, fall. Take this hand here and drop your other hand down on it. Give it a good smack, too, to remind you how bad the fall is. Fall. Then we move into flood. Waters came down and waters came up. After flood, Babel. We build the Tower of Babel with our hands. And I like to build it into a triangle because it helps me remember the next one, patriarchs. Triangle up, triangle down for patriarchs. Then we move into Moses. Moses will grab our staff and hit it down on the ground, something like Moses may have done. Then Joshua. Joshua led the people, so we say Joshua led them into the promised land. From Joshua, we move into a time of judges where they had a cycle, turned away from God, turned back to God. So we move around, cycle like that. After judges, monarchy, take your hands, form a crown, and put it on your head. Monarchy. But there was a division of the monarchy, so we divide it and we say division. From there, the people moved off into exile, and then they returned. So exile, return. That's the end of the Old Testament, which takes us then to the 400-year period in between the Testaments. It was a time of great anticipation. They were anticipating the arrival of that king, Jesus. Here we go. He arrives. Arrival. Then seclusion. Jesus had a period of seclusion, even though he did some miracles. Seclusion into a time of popularity. From the popularity, though, he moved into a time of opposition. The leaders of the Jews opposed him, which then brought suffering. The suffering, we show Jesus on the cross, suffering. But he didn't stay in the grave. Victory. And after victory, that's the end of Jesus' time on earth, and we move into the apostles. Apostles declared the message, and they started the church. From apostles, we move into church. Church is ecclesia, or called out, and gathering, so we bring them together like that. From here, all the rest are future eras. The next one being tribulation, so take your hands and do that crushing motion, tribulation. From there, we move on into kingdom. We'll be a king and sit down on your throne, kingdom. Then we move into judgment. There'll be 3 judgments. And so pick up the gavel and say, judgment, 3 times. The Bible ends with a time of restoration where God will make all things new. We started up here for creation. At the very end, then, we'll say restoration. That's all of them from beginning to end, from Genesis through Revelation. Let's try it together. Creation, fall, flood, Babel, patriarchs, Moses, Joshua, judges, monarchy, division, exile, return, anticipation, arrival, seclusion, popularity, opposition, suffering, victory, apostles. That's our apostles. We move into church, tribulation, kingdom, judgment, restoration. So those are the gestures we use in teaching the Hooks Workshop. I hope this will help you to learn them so you can teach others.